Yo guys, welcome to today's video. Today, we're gonna be doing something a little different. I gotta hook my boy up. He's going out of town and he drives this thing called BERTHA. So today, I gotta hook him up, getting a stereo stuck in there for him because, I mean, you can't go on road trips without a dang stereo. Be sitting in your car, that sucks. We ain't doing that for him. So, I gotta get some cars moved around in my shop. It is getting late. I did get a late start today because my ass is lazy and I slept for a real long time. But, I gotta get some cars moved around, gonna move the Mustang out and get this trailer load of, it's not shit because, you know, it's just not. But anyway, so we're gonna move that thing out and get this out of there, and then I'm gonna pull in the van, hook up the stereo. Oh, and by the way, it's like 40 degrees in Oklahoma now. 80 yesterday, 40 today. It sucks. It's the weirdest weather in the world. Cold start. Oh, you gotta remember to open the door. Damn it. Burning my eyeballs. Burning my shit. Ah, it's getting cold in here. That sucks. Well, it's now cold. It's all gloomy and poopy outside today. But, what a good day to hook up a stereo. Alright, we got the Mustang moved. It is freak go! Go! Right! I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, now we gotta move this damn big old honking Sprinter. You can see the Mustang. Look at it. Look at it. Cute thing. Golly. I don't want to sell it, but I'm gonna have to. I gotta sell it. Come on, big Sprinter. Come on. Come on. Whoa, daisy. Oh man. I love the Sprinter. Look at this. Is it focusing? I can't see. Fuck it! I just said focus. I didn't know if it was focusing or not. But we gotta back her on up. Back, get it on up. All you can see is the little, whoa. We're gonna hit the building. We better fix that. Oh, forgot we gonna smack the building. See? We'll end up smacking it. And up. Oh. I didn't show you the cold start on the Sprinter because it's a Sprinter. And it sounds like a booger. Anyway, check this out. I know that everyone's got, you better think it. Everyone has their fancy little cameras in their car, but this is a ginormous Sprinter. And I can see, wow, we're gonna die. Someone's dying today. Back it go, car. It's not moving. We're not moving. We moved. I don't know what the deal is with that. That was weird. What a weird thing. Anyway. I hope you guys are enjoying the holy smoky, that's a long way down there. Hope you guys are enjoying the content and stuff, and you know, if you are, send me a message down there on the bottom. Let me know if you're enjoying the content or if I need to change it up or do something different, you know. I like everyone's feedback and stuff. Damn, I missed that by like a midget, just a midge. Gotta back it on up. But anyway, yeah, y'all let me know down there in the comments if you like the content, if I need to like stop talking so damn much, do more work, which I know that I need to do more work, but you know, sometimes the work ain't there to do, you know, or you just don't freaking feel like it. It all depends on what you're doing. Got it. But you know, sometimes you just don't feel like doing a little work. That's kind of how I've been the last couple weeks. I've been really battling like laziness because I haven't felt the best. I haven't I haven't been motivated. I got a shit ton of parts to put on. I haven't been motivated. My back's been like, my back's been killing me. I don't like taking pain pills. So taking the pain pills to help my back, that wasn't working. So I just kind of laid off everything and hopefully it would just naturally heal itself. And I think it is. It ain't hurt as bad or anything like that, but man, I'm telling y'all right now, if there's anybody out there that is struggling with back pain or opioids or any kind of addiction like that, guys, from the bottom of my heart, please, please get help. That's a big deal, man. That is a huge problem in the United States. And just know that there's someone out there that can help you and push you through whatever it is you need. So just please find help, get off opioids, and stop taking that shit, because it's not any good for anybody. And that's my rant. That's my good for the day. You know, stop taking the shit, because I know I was taking them and it was helping, but then I feel like I was getting addicted to them and I needed them, and that shit ain't fun. So just, there's other things, there's natural things out there that can help. There's a thing called Kratom. Check that out. You can get it at like a vape store or something like that. I'm not saying take it. I'm not saying it does anything like an opioid or anything like that. It helped me. It could help you. That's all. Now let's get moving around. We're in BERTHA. BERTHA is what they call it. BERTHA. So it's just one big ass van that he's turning into like a camper living quarters thing. He, let me tell you kind of a little rundown what he does. He travels around. He's like a, he's basically a river guide. Does river rafting and stuff like that. Dude's cool as hell. But that's what he's going to do. He's headed to Colorado to start the season of, I think he's going for maybe skiing or snowboarding or something. Shit, I don't know. But he's got this little radio in here, which isn't cool. So we're gonna stick it down here, and that's the same Pioneer that I have in my Mustang. So we're gonna hook him up and get it working for him, so he can enjoy some stuff here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All right. Whoa! That's cold out there. Look, chilly. Chilly, chilly, chilly. Anyway, here's the old BERTHA. The old BERTHA. Let me give you an old rundown on BERTHA here. He picked this up for pretty cheap. He painted the top of it. Dude did a good job. And you gotta remember, this kid is, I wanna say he just turned 21. Just turned 21. And look at the paint job he put on this thing. Look at this thing. Not bad. Not bad for the top. But anyway, we're gonna set you guys up, get a stereo put in. I'll kind of explain how to do it. You know, everyone knows how to hook up a damn stereo. So, and what we're gonna do, just, you know, add a little flair to things. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. We're gonna hook him up with a big deal sticker. Look at that, huh? He'll never know. Let me give you a little rundown what we're doing. So, I've got the radio out. I know it's kind of hard to see. Focus! Okay, I got the radio out, I got the factory plugs still in here, and then this weird speaker thingy, and obviously the antenna. I do not have an extension for this, so we're gonna have to just stick it out, and then when we get one, we'll have to run it. But we're moving the stereo from here to here. So I've got to extend all of these wires from the factory plug down underneath the doghouse into this box. And what I've done is I also have a whole electrical thing. But what I've done is, obviously the factory Pioneer, or the Pioneer plug, has all of the male adapters, and I'm putting all the female adapters on the factory plug. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend all these wires, obviously, for like 2 feet, 3 feet, to get them down where I need them, heat shrink them and stuff like that. Here's another little smart tip in case y'all are wondering. If you don't have all kinds of different color wiring and like yellow, green, orange, purple, blah, 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 to match all of these, focus, okay, then the best thing I know to tell you to do, so the best thing I know to tell you guys to do is what I do, is I take 4 black wires like this, right, and I hook them up to the negative side of the speaker wire, and then I take my red wire and hook it up to the positive side of the speaker wire. That way you know which one's negative, which one's positive, at least on that end. And then on the tape, on some tape, you obviously, you know, we're gonna put them together, make them look all fancy, and then you can know, you can label green. You know, it's negative green. Same thing with your positive, you know. Then that way you can keep them together, and they're all matching, they all look fancy, and it's just two colors, and but it's labeled at the end. So if that makes any sense, it makes it a lot easier for you whenever you're extending or moving, like putting your, like in my old race car, I had to move my stereo into the glove box so I could use it all for my dash before this whole Bluetooth thing that ages me. But anyway, so I had to do that. I did that. I extended all the wires out and used two different color wires, but I marked them with a piece, with a label maker. You just fold it over and you put green negative, or you know, in this case you can just put green, and you know this is green negative because it's black. That's a little tip for you guys right there. Okay, so you got your yellow, your GR for gray, not green. White, purple, those are your powers. Blue, black, those are all your speaker wires. So that's how you do it. We got it ran. I got the wires put in through here, down through this little thingy. We don't have an extension, like I said, we'll get it tomorrow. Ran it behind the carpet down there, and the only thing you're gonna be able to see, pecane sauce, Louisiana hot sauce. That's what I'm talking about. That's the only wire you're gonna be able to see. And then, since we did that, check it out, bam. It works. So, we got that done. Now I'm gonna build a little plate that goes around this out of diamond plate to cover it up, and then we'll put the wood thing back. Stereo's done. And since the stereo's done, I went ahead and I looked at his blower motor and his heater cord. Thing wasn't blowing really hot air. Working great now. I'm gonna call that a night on the van. I just trying to hook my boy up real quick and get him done. He's done, he's looking good. Tomorrow, when I get here to the shop, we are gonna bust ass on this. I read one of the comments and I agree with you 100%. I am showing all the parts that I got and everything else. Not really doing anything with the cars. But I'm going to. I am going to get my ass busy on this hatch tomorrow and at least try to get as much as I can done putting the parts on. Because you're right. You're right. I don't remember the name under the comment, doesn't matter. But you're right. You're 100% correct. I need to put more effort into putting the car together than buying the damn parts. So, I'm gonna call that a night, and we'll see you guys in the morning, which will be like a second for you guys. All right, guys, new day. I started filming on this GoPro thing, and I can't figure that shit out at all. But today, we are gonna get the subframe put back in, and yes, I painted both sides. But get the subframe put back in the hatch today. We are gonna go ahead and mount this Hasport slave cylinder adapter bracket thingy majigger. Takes it from the cable driven to the hydraulic. So we're gonna go ahead and mount that probably somewhere in here today and try to get this buttoned up, this buttoned up. I'm not gonna bleed it today, but I am gonna get that at least mounted and mock up the radiator. So, hi, we're finally gonna do some work on the hat. We're gonna put subframe back in. Here are the new bushings that we're gonna put in the washer. Make sure you put those on there. And yes, I painted both sides. Alright, hopefully the notch adds up. This little notch I put in there, hopefully that thing lines up once we put the bolts in it. Oh damn, I scratched it. I'll touch it up. Don't tighten that thing all the way yet. Just get it on there, put it on there snug. That way it kind of holds it on there. And then you got these two 17mm bad boys. They go up underneath here. They're like a saw. You know? Look at that cracking on there. Didn't turn out where the poo. We're gonna fix that. But for now, we're gonna try to just get this thing mounted up a smidgen. And then we can make sure that this actually lines up. Well, we'll set you guys down and get this done. Oh. And when you're putting these things on, I know it's cracked, we're gonna fix that, don't worry about it. Oh, let me show you on this side. And when you're putting these things on, there's a shim. Focus, you mother trucker. Anyway, there's a shim that goes on top of that subframe, in between the subframe and the actual frame. Make sure that's in there when y'all put it back. Because if not, it doesn't really throw it off too much, but it can throw it off. All right, so we're all bolted back up. I gotta still tighten these up right here, which these, when you tighten these up, this wheel will move back and forth, and I gotta get that lined up to make sure I do that correct. So, but like I said, the notch lines up great. You got clearance on both sides, and this is actually, you can actually take this and get rid of this 45, put a just straight on it or whatever you want. I like the 45, gives it a great flow. And now, since that subframe is bolted up, we can figure out where to put this cable conversion on the on the frame rail or on the actual subframe itself. And I also noticed that the transmission is actually hitting right there. Now don't worry about these scratches, guys. Junior did that. But we're gonna fix those up. I got all the extra paint we need. I gotta repaint this and everything else. We'll probably end up dropping this tranny down, or even the motor out again, cleaning all this up and putting it back. So anyway, that is actually hitting there. I gotta fix that. This is back in there solid, and I think I'm just gonna finish bolting this all up and go from there. All right, now, hello. Now, we gotta figure out, owie, this here cable, okay? We're gonna use her cable, and then we're gonna reroute this guy, probably back up and around. What do you think, back up and around? We're gonna take this cable and rewrap it back around the shift linkage and come up back through this motor mount right here, or this tranny mount, so that way I can mount that Hassport thing, the bracket, on the frame rail. So let me get that done. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you all what I'm talking about, this Hassport thing. I had to get this thing taken apart. So this is a cable to hydraulic conversion for the EFs. So basically what it does is it takes the cable and runs it through here and attaches to here. And then you've got your hydraulic slave cylinder that runs this piece, attaches to that piece, and then it goes, you know, it goes in like that, you know what I'm saying? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mount this thing on the frame rail, utilizing this hole. We're gonna rev nut it, and we're gonna stick that thing about right there. It's clear of everything, the cable's perfect, it'll be out of the way, it'll look good down in there. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stick it right there and hook everything up and see what we look like. Obviously I'm gonna take this all back apart to clean all this up and fix all the tranny hitting and stuff like that. But I just want to get it mocked up. If I'm going to repaint the engine bay again, I want to get everything where it needs to be and then repaint it. So let me get this done, because it's hard to do with one hand. And I'll pick the camera back up here in just a momentous. All right, so we're actually getting somewhere on this thing. We've got it mounted up, all fancy. It's on there pretty good. I gotta figure out where to mount this guy. I'm thinking maybe we should just mount it like right here. I'm obviously gonna shorten this little wiener thing, but I think we should mount it somewhere like right there. I think that'd be badass. I think it'll look pretty good right there. But that set aside, we got this thing mounted up, we got the cable back on, we obviously gotta tighten it up. I'm gonna replace this boot right here. I forgot to do it before I did it. But anyway, I'm gonna replace that. Got this mounted off. Now y'all gotta remember, this thing is gonna come back off. Like, it's all got to come back out, because I got to paint this thing and get this fixed right here. But once I get it mocked up and pulled out, it take me just a day, paint it, put it back. So I am going to replace this. This is good. And oh, what I was going to show you guys is this is the copper washer, the copper crush washer that came off. I went down and just got me a whole slew of these things. Slew, I guess you'd call it, a slew. But they come with all different varieties. You get them at Harbor Freight. This stuff's pretty cheap. I think I got this whole kit for nothing. But I like to go ahead and replace, no matter if I've taken it off one time. I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, you don't need to replace those. They're fine." Well, if you have them, which shoot, I may not. Got it. Anyway, yeah, just replace the damn thing, put them back together, make it work fine. But, so, I'm gonna continue on to put this together, and then right after I get done putting all this together, I'll explain to you how it went. And then we'll figure out a place to mount this, and I'm gonna paint this ugly ass thing. And then I may even actually hide it or delete it. Not sure how I'm gonna do that. They make a deleting kit. I say a delete kit, it's actually a smaller but longer, and you can hide it up underneath a rail. You better focus. Okay, so like I was saying about the crush washers, and this has got to come back off, but I am not going to tighten that up because I don't want to ruin those copper washers. So I'm just going to leave it loose like that. But I just kind of give you an idea of, you know, did you go down to Harbor Freight, pick these up, and they're super cheap. Just replace them every time, guys. It'll keep you from having to deal with leaks and stuff. Yeah, so we're gonna, pretty much this is done. Pretty much, except for replacing this boot and this thing. I think that's pretty much it, man. I'm gonna paint this and get that all painted up once I get it all back out. But, show y'all a top view of it. So basically, when you're sitting here and it looks like, I mean, I think that looks halfway decent. What do you guys think? Not bad, not bad. And then heck, we could even mount this like up behind the headlight somewhere. You know? Hey, stop it. You know, I mean, obviously I'll twist the cord, but you know, we can mount this up underneath the headlight, or hell, even on the headlight bracket, or back here, or well, that'd be in the way of the radiator. Anyway, I'm gonna find out where to put that thing, but I think that turned out pretty good. It's a nice little location. Update time. I got the front support back on. I've got this going here. Now, what I've been trying to do is fit this dang 3-core small little radiator in there. And I'm trying to make sure it fits. And it'll fit. But I want it to be like super flush and super, like, hide the turbo, like get it down inside of that, you know, get it down in there, and maybe try to hide that thing, you know. So what I'm thinking about doing, and I know people are gonna be like, don't do that, but I've done it on my other race car, and what I did is I cut this out right here, not all the way off. I cut it out and brought it down just about an inch. Not even that, really, probably like a half of an inch down, and I left the bottom, and you just replate it and it'll sit down in there flush, and that way you can get the radiator, we can get this bad boy down in there. As you can see, it once you get it down in there, she'll fit great once it's down in there. Let me do a little thinking on that. I'll get back with you guys. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this radiator and we're gonna go ahead and build, I already started cutting it and I forgot to pick up the camera, but we're gonna go ahead and build a lower support. We're gonna customize and build this lower support. I've done this 3 or 4 times on race cars. I've never actually done it on a stock EF. So it's gotta work the same, right? I mean, hey, I don't know. But we're gonna take this, cut this thing down, re-weld up a bottom support, and basically just build us a radiator bracket support system thingamajigger, and should work great. Should be perfectly fine. I've done it, like I said, a couple times on some race cars, and should be exactly the same. Should hide the turbo. It'll actually make this bottom brace stronger when I get done welding it up, and I think it's gonna look pretty good because it'll bring that radiator out and flush. So I'm gonna work on that for just a second, and then we'll mock it up and see what it looks like. All right, we got it cut out. Now what we're gonna do is, let me show you. I'm gonna grab the radiator. Oh, getting old, boys. Getting old and fat and busted. This is basically what it's gonna look like now. Now, this baby will fit down in there however we want it. Now it'll sit about as flush as you can get. You've got plenty of room in between the turbo, and it's gonna fit great. So We almost died. That thing fell right through there and almost killed us. But anyway, so if you get the idea, it should sit down in there something like that. And we'll build the bracket down there on the bottom. It's kind of hard to hold it and film it and point. Let me try to get my pinky. Down there, down there. We're gonna kind of build a bracket down there, but I just want to you guys just get an idea of what it kind of will look like in there. I think that's gonna turn out phenomenal, phenomenal. But it's hard to hold this, so give me just a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and basically we're gonna rebuild this bottom now. I got it about as flush as I can get it. It is pretty thin here on the corner, but we're gonna plate it right there, and then we're gonna bring some L angle and block it all back off, and then bring some L angle down with the tabs. So these tabs right here sit down in there like they're supposed to with the rubber grommets and everything. So stay. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to do that just real quick, and yeah, let's do that. All right, I tacked it there, and there, and there. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay a bead across here, get that all strengthened up, and then, nope, you know what? You know what I gotta do first? I gotta fit the radiator. Dang, good thing y'all reminded me. Make sure this thing is gonna work correctly. Should be mighty fine, mighty fine. Alright, we got it all welded up right here. It's not the best looking weld, but I'm gonna take a grinder to it, make them look a little better. You won't ever see this, so because there's gonna be a big ass intercooler and stuff in the way right there. But like I said, I ain't no Chris, but I think I did okay. I think I laid down an okay weld for only welding like 6 times ever. I do have to go ahead and weld this back up right here because I had to kind of notch this subframe again, but I'm also gonna have to like trim it. I'll show you here in just a minute when I set the radiator, but I'm gonna have to trim it down a little bit more. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow. But anyway, I'm gonna call that an evening because I am tired, I'm fat, I'm hungry, and I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow on the car, but we're gonna keep working on it. I think maybe tomorrow we'll start the wiring. Oh, tell you what we do tomorrow. We can go ahead and start putting the wiring harness on the motor. That's what we'll do. After we get this radiator set in there, we'll start putting the wiring harness back on. And I can set the axles. Let's do that. Let's build some axles, set the wiring. Let's do that. That's what I'm talking about. But, take my big ass home, and if you guys would not mind, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.